What would happen if you won 1,000 1v1s in Fortnite? Would you improve or would you stay the same? Well, today I will find that out, and to see if I improved, I'll be 1v1ing to Pro at the start and at the end of the challenge, and he is a tier 3 player, but he is EU, so he will be on 100 ping. But you're going to want to stick around to the end, because if the Pro beats me, I'll be giving away a skin. And subscribe to Pro, he's much better than me, and the link to his YouTube channel will be in the description. So I hope you enjoy. So I started this challenge by 1v1ing to Pro, and here's how it went. You guys locked in for the duo custom? He's on 90 ping. Oh, I really saw the ping there. I saw the ping there. He's shooting me through. Oh my god, so lucky. Yo, I'm frying him, bro. Yeah, I'm... It's gonna be close. I'm gonna fry him. Dude, I'm gonna 10-0 him. Oh my god, it's too easy. Okay. 4-1. Hey Christian, you might have to find someone else. You have to find JP. I was up 5-1 and it was looking great until he locked in and killed me over and over again, and ended up beating me 10-8. So it was now time for my 1v1s, and I'll be showing you my win percentage at the end of the challenge. But I was in my first 1v1 and this guy was beating me 10-5, so I would have to lock in. Oh. Nice. 3 kills in a row. Dude, I noticed that you played with Jamar the other day in the cup. You know, me and Peter we got 1v1 back in the day, and I completely cooked him. Oh, what? I'm good at performing under pressure, so I tied it up, but he got nervous and left. I then ended up beating this next kid 4-2 before he left, and then I beat this kid 10-1 and the next 10-0. And then I played this next kid who was a Div 2 kid with 1400 PR, which means I would let him have my kids. But I got obliterated this 1v1, losing 33-13. But I noticed something when 1v1ing him, and that's all I would do is wait for him to edit and shoot and try to hit him. I wasn't piecing him up at all and wasn't getting better by playing this way, so I made sure to try to focus on playing good peaks and not just relying on aim. But I was now doing speed realistics for the last 50 1v1s, and in my first game, I found myself tied to this kid 11-11. Yes! I did what I do best and beat him. I then beat this kid 12-4, and then I played him again, but instead of getting launched onto him, we started on the same ground and built up, and I was much worse at this as I would lose to him 12-8. And I kept making this mistake where he would do side jumps and hit me every time, and for some reason I never fixed it. But then I beat this next kid 6-2, and then the next 12-1, and we were officially done with day 1, and we are now moving on to day 2. So I started off strong by winning 2-0, 10-0, 9-1, 10-0, 2-0, 2-0, and 6-1. And then I got absolutely fried by this guy. Oh no. No, that wasn't 200. And it's just like bad luck. You gotta be like warm. Warm up both times. Then you actually beat me. No, I re-edited it. This guy's cooking me. Oscar's the trouble guy. I'm gonna fry you on the last side. I'll shout you out. I got you. Dude, my ramp wasn't. Those were some of my worst clips ever. I have to focus more on playing smarter and not just mindlessly placing builds. But then I beat this next kid 6-4, and then I tied the next two 1-1. So I was now going over to Speed Realistics, where I started by winning 7-0 and 12-2 before facing this kid who ended up beating me 12-5. But I pushed past that and won 12-0 before another close game. Tuesday or something. You on console? Oh, wait, rushes. No! No, that was such. Dude, this guy's shocked to high and I get a harpoon gun. Dude. Dude, this guy's so shit. That wasn't even cracked. No way, that's his. Dude, a harpoon gun. He's able to shock onto me instantly. I have a harpoon gun. Why? Yes. That was such a bad play for me, too. Dude, what? Oh my god, finally. Now that was a tight game, but I only needed 2 more kills, so I beat this next guy 2-0. So that was the end of the day, and I'm now moving on to day 3. I forgot to start recording, but I won 10 games. But I also noticed this one crucial mistake that I always make. I always fall down when fighting people and get saved because you don't take fall damage on this map. But I have to get better at fighting without falling. This is one of my worst qualities. But I beat him 10-2 and then won 12-6, 10-1, and 8-1 before moving on to Speed Realistics. And I started by winning 12-8, 8-5, and 12-3. And I started voting for the one where the zone closes because this will help me get better at endgames. And I ended up beating this kid 12-7. And then I won 6-0, not losing a single time during the Speed Realistics section. But I was now moving on to day 4. I started by losing 3-2, and then I was down 7-3 on this kid, but I ended up coming back, making it 6-7, and then again he got nervous and ended up leaving the game. But then I 10-0'd the next kid, and then won 15-7, 11-6, 4-2, and 1-0. So it was now time for Speed Realistics, and I started by winning 3-0, 8-0, 4-0, and 11-0 before I finally found some comp. No way, through it. That was a close game, but I was able to edge him out. But then I won 2-0 and 12-0 to close out the day. So I was now moving on to day 5. And I started by winning 10-2 and 2-0, and then this happened. Sprint in between. That's what you're telling me to do? How is his a max pump and mine's 120? Makes no sense. Again. Oh my god. Oh my god, 2 eyes on the X zone. $177. swear 1v1 is like mainly the start. Whoa, what? So nice. Oh. He's lagging. Dude, on God, he's lagging on my screen. Dude, why is he lagging so much? That was a very close game, but I was able to beat him because I have ice in my veins. But then I won 6-2, and then I was down 14-12, and for some reason this kid left. But then I won 2-0, so I was now moving on to speed realistics. And I started by winning 5-3 and 6-1 before I was tied to this kid, and the next kill would win it all. No way! I finally lost, but I swear to God that kid got lucky every round. So I rematched him and shit on him 12-3. I told you he got lucky. And we decided to do another round where winner would take all. And I shit on him again, winning 12-3. That one felt good. But then I ended the day by winning 4-0. So that was the day, and we are halfway done with the challenge. So if you're still watching, please consider liking the video and subscribing to help me towards my goal of 5,000 subscribers. Okay, back to the video. So I started day 6 by winning 5-2, 9-3, and 10-0. And then, yeah, this guy shit on me 10-6. But then I wanted to show you this next clip. I swear I have no awareness. I always lose track of them and never cover my sides. I definitely have to work on my awareness. But then I won 4-2, 5-0, and 3-2. I was now moving on to speed realistics, and this kid was beating me 3-2 until for some reason he left. But then I won 12-6 before getting absolutely shit on, losing 12-4. But then I brought it back, winning 12-8, 12-0, and 8-1. So I was now moving on to day 7. I started by winning 3-1. Just look at this clip. Down boy. But then I won 5-0 and 6-2. And then I lost 7-2, but then won 8-2 and beat the next two kids 10-2. But then I had this thing on my screen for the next little while. I don't know how it took so long for me to realize that it was there. But I beat this kid 7-2, so I would get 52 wins, which would make me 48 wins away from 100. Because 48 is a factor of 12, and it would be easier for the speed realistics. But I started by winning 12-3 before losing 12-7, and then I won 2-0, and then I had a close game winning 12-9, and then ended the day off with another close one winning 12-10. And I wish I could show you these close games, but this thing on my screen is too massive. But I was now moving on to day 8. I started today by winning 9-3 and 10-1, and yay, that thing is finally off my screen. But then I won 4-1, and then I tied 2-2 before going back to my winning ways, winning 6-1, 3-0, 10-3, and 6-2. And I was now moving on to speed realistics. And I started by winning 12-3 and 2-0 before having a tough match. Yes, Christian! I only led one. I ended up doing my usual by clutching up a 1-point win, but then we rematched and he beat me 12-11, which means we are very even in skills, so I got some good practice from 1v1ing him. But then I ended the day by winning 11-0. So I was now moving on to day 9. And I was only one day away from 1v1ing to pro, so I would have to hope all this practicing worked. But I started the day by winning 10-3, 8-0, 4-0, 10-0 before absolutely rage baiting this kid.
have to marry them. It's not a love at first sight and you gotta marry them on no option. You have, so what can you actually pick? How are you actually? You're not with anyone because no one else likes you. And yet over because they're too ready. You're on a dating app because you can't even pick up a girl in real life. I'm confused. So it's like maybe fix your social.
That one felt amazing, and I could tell he was mad. But then I ended by winning 2-0. So I was now moving on to speed realistics, and I won 12-5, 12-9, 12-7, 2-0, and 12-6. So a pretty good speed realistics day. And I was now moving on to the final day. It was time to lock in, and I started by tying 3-3, and then I won 3-0, 9-0, 2-0, and 10-5. And then I tied this kid 6-6, and then I won 10-0 and ended winning 7-2. So I was now moving on to speed realistics, where I continued my winning ways, winning 12-2, 9-1, 5-0, 12-2, 4-0, and 7-0. So that was a great day, and I felt warmed up for the 1v1 against the pro. Yo. Oh my god, we're both one now. He's on 80 ping. The 80 ping helped him there. No way. Nice, nice, nice. No way, what? No way I saw this one. Nice, boys, 2-2. I'm reading chat, bro. Who is this kid? Obviously, I'm gonna box up the puck. What? I thought he was one SMG, bro. I thought he was one SMG away. No way. I thought he was one SMG. I stopped. What? Okay, here we go. Almost got me there. Nice! We continued going back to back until it was 10-10. And by the way, it is win by 2. Yes! One more. No way. Everything's his. No. Yes. No. How'd I fall for that? We're both one. Maybe low. What? How'd I fall? Yes! 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 I actually won. That was a great way to end the video, and I could finally save my money and won't have to give away a skin. But I was still making mistakes, like falling off, and I still make this mistake a lot to this day. I have to get better at that. But it is now time for my win percentage. I won 1,000 1v1s and lost 450, making my win percentage about 69%. And my worst day was coincidentally day 1 with a 57.5 win percentage, and my best day was day 10 with an 82.64 win percentage. But this isn't a good way to see if I improve, because some days I play better players than other days. But it's time to answer the question, did I improve? Hell yes I did. I beat the pro, meaning I'm better than a Div 3 player, right? But that's the end of the video. Please like the video, subscribe, and I streamed a lot of this on Twitch, so please follow that as well. Okay, bye.